I'd like to thank the grace of heaven, the virtues of the masters, the mercy and compassion of grand predecessor, transmitters, temple masters, all of you to give me this opportunity to lead a discussion on today's topic, which is chapter 3 of the Classic of the Way and the Virtue, or Dao De Jing. Okay, it's an outline. Okay, chapter 3. Okay. The title, the title. The title in Chinese is this. Okay, all right, okay, all right. So I say give ourselves, and there's a reason, okay, we'll talk about it in this first sentence. Peace and security, okay, that's what it means. An means peace. Security also means security, safe, being safe, okay, secure, something that's secure. It could mean calm, say peaceful, tranquil. Okay, or the other name of the chapter is called Chong Yuan, right? Chong Yuan. Literally, Chong Yuan means to know the roots and ends. That's what it means. Okay, to know the fundamentals, the basics. What is the root? What is the principle, the root, and what is the branches? Okay. Okay, all right, and there's a reason. Okay, so hopefully you'll see it after we finish with this presentation. Okay, first sentence or first phrase. It's only this chapter is only I think 3 or 4 sentences. Okay, but a couple of them are pretty long. They have 3. Okay, so the first phrase is this. Oops, sorry. Okay. 不伤闲, right? 不伤闲, 使民不争. Okay. Very brief. Okay, brevity. Okay. So I just bear in mind, and I just give the translation: do not glorify the achiever, so the people will not contend. Okay, that's taken from Derek Lin's. I think of all the different translations, that's probably closest to the real meaning. Okay. All right. Okay. So the first 2 words, right? These 2 words, it means it's a verb now. Okay, do not esteem, or place high value, or overemphasize. You can say, okay, all right. That's what it literally means. Okay, I'm just giving you a dictionary definition for those of you who don't know Chinese. The third word, xian, literally means worthy, or virtuous, something that's worthy, something that's good. You can say something that's good. Okay. And the last 2 words here, okay, it literally means do not compete or contend. Okay, that's the verb, or competition or contention. That's the noun. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's what that means. The dictionary meaning. So the basic meaning is, okay, this is we should not overemphasize or go overboard in picking out, highlighting certain people for either admiration, honor, praise, such as powerful, wealthy, famous, even virtuous and worthies. Okay? Because we make distinctions, right? We're not making that. So, these people are good or special or stuff like that, right? Or, famous, beautiful, all that, powerful, whatever. Okay? Smart, stuff like that. Or the opposite. Or dumb. But this case, we're talking about the worthy, right? In this case, we're talking about the high end, the other end. Okay. So we make distinctions now, right? We are making distinctions, and so that will begin to separate. Those people who, are smart, famous, rich, powerful, and the other ones who are not. Okay. And so that is contrary to the way we should be treating people, okay? Because now we're using this notion of what is considered worthy, right, or what is considered valuable, worthy, virtuous, right, such as powerful, famous, okay, right, and then making a distinction, but that's all very external perception. Example. This is almost all societies now, especially here. Super Bowl's coming up, so we're all praising. Look at the Chiefs. Look at that quarterback. Whatever. Oh man, he's so good. He's my hero. He's my role model. No. We in this society, especially in America, we love our athletes. We love our sports heroes. That's a given. That's a given. We love them. We praise them. They can do no wrong. They're above the law. For crying out loud. Huh? Yeah. There are. I mean, right? How many sports heroes? Well, there are a couple. You know, what's it? Antonio Brown, whatever. He got into trouble. You know, right. Yeah.
Another example, the Super Bowl tickets, for example, about
$10,000.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
They have a loan of 30%, and people are taking that.
That's ridiculous.
30% to buy the ticket.
Well, okay. It just means, you know, we are. I mean, okay, you can say we're sports crazy or you know whatever, but you know because that, but that's just not just in sports. Just look at our mass media, you know, on the internet, Facebook, Twitter, all the. We have, you can say, overwhelming, overboard admiration for celebrities. Celebrities, they can do no wrong. I mean, come on. You know, they're the law doesn't apply to them. You know, stuff like that. That's pretty sad state. That's a sad state. No, it's no wonder the society's all screwed up. It's because we have that divide now. You see what I'm trying to say? Okay. So that's the problem. So we're not basing value or worthiness or virtuous on something else, on something that's much more fundamental, which is our inner virtues. That we're all fundamentally, we're all humans. We all have human dignity, okay? Virtues, dignity, virtues. And then you can define what they are. You know, look at Confucius, you know, you can look at the 5 constants, etc., right? Buddha talks about it too. Okay, so all right, okay. So now we're not emphasizing those things. We overlook those things because those things don't exist. Not that, you know, or we don't know about them. Rather, we emphasize, oh, look how amazing this athlete is, or look how famous this person is, or look how rich this person is. You see what I'm trying to say? So our now emphasis, or quote unquote, what we consider worthy, or virtuous, or good, is now placed on those things. You get it? You know, right? On power, on fame, right? On celebrity, on rich, on wealth, etc. Right? Okay, so that's the problem. Okay, that's where society is going to start having problems. Okay, and that's why society will no longer be secure and peaceful based on that. Okay, all right. So by over glorifying certain people, it will create unhealthy competition and lead to extremes such as unprincipled organization. Okay, that lead. And so if we start glorifying these role models, then there are people that says, hey, I want to achieve that. I want to get that, right? You get it? So they'll do anything to get it. Uh-oh. We have problems now. World Series, 2 years ago, the Astros were now caught cheating, stealing signs, pitching signs. We'll do anything. Supposedly the Patriots, New England Patriots, they were stealing some signs. Or no, the videotaping the competition's calls and plays or something like that. Hey, winning is everything. You know, we want to be famous, right? You know, hey, we'll do anything to get it. Get it? People cheat, doping, you know, whatever, all that stuff. Now, that's just, we're talking about athletics. But in politics, in business, hey, you know what? I'll cheat my way to the top, whatever, or I'll, you know, whatever my way to the top. You know what I'm saying? Right? Come on. So that's the problem. Now, that's where we have these problems now, because our society as a whole is putting all the emphasis and saying, hey, you know, this is the famous, this is the rich, this is the powerful. Well, I want to go get it, and I'll do anything to get it. Uh-oh. Problems, right? That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so that's the root. Remember what's this title of the chapter? Know the root and ends. Okay, that's the fundamental. You can say fundamental or basic principle. Okay, all right. So now, why I use the word ourselves? Okay, because literally this term means people. Literally. So, but there's a deeper meaning. So the deeper meaning of the second word i.e. this word, okay, the second phrase, it means people. It actually refers to our internal selves. The sixth consciousness is our minds. You can say our minds. You can say our minds. Just make it simplify. Sixth consciousness, too much, a lot of details. Some people may not know. The reason why we say six is because there's the 5 sense organs. I'll talk about that in another section. 5 sense organs, right? We have eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and sense of touch, right? Plus our mind that kind of integrates all of them, right? So that's 6. 6 minds, consciousness. And then with the 6 organs, the 6 organs, of the ears, when they interface, when they perceive objects, with of the eyes, objects of the hearing, right? Smell, taste, touch, along with our mind, becomes our 6th consciousness. Okay, that's detail. But it just so that's the other definition of this word. The deeper definition. Get it? So that's why I say ourselves. Get it? Okay? Not people, not external. I'm talking about internal. Okay? So that's why if you read, because Tao Te Ching is the second most translated, supposedly, non-English text. You're gonna find a lot of translation. You go on the internet. Some people, the common heading of this chapter is to say on governance, governing the people, which is not wrong, not 100% wrong, but it's too narrow. It's because it's talking just external, saying, oh, this is how a ruler or a manager should govern or manage people. Actually, Lao Tzu's intent is broader. And it's saying that you want to govern people? Govern yourselves first. Get it? All right? Govern yourself first. Then the rest is easy. Okay? All right? So that's the higher level meaning. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So the better meaning of the first phrase is basically this. Okay, we should calm our 6th sense, our mind, you can say our mind. Then we will not esteem or value false names and forms of that. Okay, now, for those of you who did not attend the previous class, we have a chapter 2, okay? I also have an outline of that. And we go into detail. It's the first 2 lines of chapter 2, basically, okay? That encapsulates what the forms and names are. Okay, all right, okay. They're external, basically, okay, all right. So I don't want to spend time to go over that because you can go online, listen to the chapter 2's lecture, okay, and the outline. Okay, all right. So another implication of that is this: we should not glorify false or undeserved reputation. But it does not mean not to esteem or revere the virtuous worthy. It doesn't mean that, okay? It doesn't mean that we should not. Get it, okay? There's a distinction. The key is we should not glorify or esteem or value what's undeserved, what's false, i.e., the names and forms, okay? All right? Okay? But what's the truly worthy is a person who is really virtuous inside. Okay? Understand? Okay? All right. So the key point is to value the truly worthy, which is nameless and within ourselves, i.e. our Buddha nature, our true nature, which is nameless and formless. Yeah.
So, if you would, this is so compressed.
What do you mean?
Well, this concept.
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking about how recently. Okay, so I recently signed up for health insurance and open enrollment, and so I'm married. So I named my spouse as a dependent.
Right.
And they said, "Oh, that's not acceptable. You need to prove that this is your spouse."
Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
And I said, "Wow, things are really changing in this country." Okay, so a marriage certificate, which is the normal proof of marriage, not enough. You need to prove that this person lives with you.
Oh, okay.
So you need to send us a lease or tax document.
with your spouse's name on it also. I see.
However, if you, and we have young people here, but if you are in a partnership, no proof whatsoever is required.
Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. That's interesting. So you should say just a partner. That
Right.
a partner, right? That's what I'm
So,
saying.
so I started to contemplate how. So we just returned from Singapore.
Uh-huh.
Different
Right,
culture.
right.
You come back and you lose your breath because something so severe has happened in the last 20 since Trump. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
And part of it is this insistence on worshiping that which doesn't deserve to be worshipped.
I agree. Yeah,
And
I mean,
if
just
you
yeah.
don't,
You-
you could be fired.
Yeah. You could run into trouble. Yeah.
You could create a
Unfortunately.
lot of problems
Yeah.
if you don't go along, and increasingly, not acceptable to offer them silence.
Yeah.
You got to stand up and cheer.
Right. Yeah. It's,
So this philosophy is seems to be
yeah.
everywhere, and the amperage, if you would, as far as I can see, is at an all-time high.
Right. It's gotten worse. Yeah, you can say it's yeah. The volatility has gone high. Yeah. Okay. So basically, it's the first one is just means that okay, we should not value, glorify false names. Right? So there are six conscious. Our minds just will not be aroused and stirred. Get it? Okay. So we will not contend over these names, labels, position, status, fame, wealth, all that stuff. Okay? All right. Okay. So this is very overall general. Then the second phrase is a little bit more specific. Okay. So it's you can say it's a further detail or more. You drill down next level. Okay, which is. Do not treasure things that are difficult to obtain, so that people will not become thieves. Okay, that's what it literally means. Okay. So the first the meaning of these two words means it's a verb. Okay, I mean it can be a noun too. 贵 means noble too. Okay, but that's a noun or adjective. Okay, but in this case it's a verb. It just means do not value or treasure. That's all. Okay, so first one is do not esteem. These things or names, labels. Whereas now now it's saying do not value objects now, things. So the next four words, okay, right here, okay, right here, okay, it means, good things, or sorry, not good things, things or objects that are difficult to acquire, to obtain. That's all. Okay, so something that's rare, something that's precious. Okay, stuff like that. Okay. Then the last three words, well, this means people, right? Okay, so the people. The last three words means literally do not become thieves. Okay, thiefishness. Okay, become thieves. Okay, all right. Okay, so the basic meaning is that sentence of that phrase is when we value certain things too much, it gives rise to what? Greed. They want more. They want it. Or because they don't have it. Okay, so it would lead what? Us to now we say people. Yeah. I mean this is the basic meaning. Okay. People to plot and scheme. Yeah, to acquire more of them. So indirectly, it requires more avarice, right? And that's the first poison, right? Okay, that's the first poison. In Buddha, the Buddha doesn't call it avarice, right? Greed. Okay, but this is how capitalism works. No, Smith. What's the first name? John Smith? No. Is it something Smith? Something Smith. Anyway, supposedly, the founder of capitalism, he said greed is good. That's what he said. I mean, essentially. I mean, he didn't say exactly the same word. That's called capitalism because the more it's called positive or normative economics. I forgot the term, but anyway. So it's basically saying, the more you have, the better people will generally be off. I mean, that's the general theory, okay? So, all right, so by placing great value on objects and things, it will encourage people to seek, to plot, to scheme, to obtain them, of course, that leading to what? The consequences of that is there's going to be unscrupulous means of acquisition, exploiting people, right? Hey, I want to increase my profits, right? Because hey, it's hard to get, right? I mean, so I'm gonna, get undocumented workers. Hey, they have no rights, man. I mean, there's no such thing as minimum wage for these guys. They can't vote. They're undocumented. They're illegals. So I'm going to exploit the heck out of them, Right? It happens not just here, all over the world, okay? All right? I'm going to pay them a penny a day. That's good enough. As long as they can, bread and water. That's all, they need. Slaves, whatever. Okay. Monopolizing markets. Hey, I'm going to become a monopoly. Hey, then, hey, you pay my price. Okay. Microsoft, a monopoly. Right? Everybody uses Office, right? Everybody uses Windows. No choice. Well, there's Apple, but anyway, okay. And also using trickery, switch and bait, all that, and schemes, scams, phone scams, mail scams, God knows what, so many things. My God, cybersecurity, cyber crimes, whatever, because people want to get things that are hard to get, right? I want more money, more moolah. More dinero, right? Come on. So, right? Because that's hard to get. But then furthermore, okay, so for those who cannot obtain that, it will lead to envy and death, right? Haves and nots now. Woo-hoo. And so therefore, you have it? You have too much? I'm going to take it. I'm going to rob you, right? I mean, this is how society is nowadays. It's been like that forever, but anyway. But we have to understand, though, what value is. It's actually relative, okay? And it can be arbitrary, depending on, okay, I mean, example, water. Most of us think, hey, a bottle of water is what, $1, $2? I mean, if you get the special Avion or whatever, the one from the glaciers or whatever, okay, maybe it costs $5, okay, a bottle. But then during times of crisis, oh my God, when there's no running water, a bottle of water that normally costs $1 would be $100. Hey, I'm a merchant. I'm exploiting the circumstances. Now everybody needs water. Hey, you don't have enough. Well, I have plenty. Well, how much is it worth to you? Huh? $10, $100, $1,000. Your life, maybe? I don't know. Your firstborn? I don't know. So you understand? So that's the problem, right? So it leads to all these, that's called price gouging, right? Example, right? Especially during times of disaster, when there's no basic necessities, bread and water, whatever, stuff like that, it goes through the roof, right? Okay, so that's the problem. That's where we run into these things, right? Okay, all right, so anyway, okay. So we should not, so the deeper meaning, here's the deeper meaning, okay? Since all possessions, we have to understand this, whether precious, rare, or are all impermanent. We have to see through that. And false, the 3 Dharma seals, okay? Anicca being one of them, okay? Appendix A, you'll see. Our minds, should not regard them as too highly and be willing to relinquish, okay? Be willing to give up a little bit, okay? Do not become overly possessive, okay? Or greedy. There's greedy, okay? All right, so implication, here it is. Those who have more possessions, whether than others, should be willing to share them with others. Charity, perform charity, right? I.e. charity. Bill Gates, he's the second richest person, I don't know, third, second, whatever, He said he's willing to what? He begged the government, he begged Trump to say, hey, you should increase taxes on the billionaire club people, on the 1%er or the 10th of 1%er. You should do that. He was begging to that. Him and Buffett and Warren Buffett among others. Trump says, "Are you kidding? I'm a billionaire. Why should I tax you? Why should I put tax on myself? You crazy?" Right? Of course. So okay. This is the first paramita. Okay, that the 6 paramitas. Okay. Anyway, okay. So hey, those who have, i.e. a lot, be it material possession, all that stuff. You should be willing to, share some of that with the less, right, the less fortunate ones. Okay. Anyway, all right. So, i.e., if those who have more possessions than others, then society will be a little bit more harmonious. There'll be less theft. There'll be less, the gap between the haves and have not will not be as great now as it is today. I mean, it's increasing. You know that, right? For the last 30, 40 years, the rich and we we say the poor, okay, or the bottom. Actually, it's really the median from the middle class. They say the rich, the gap, the economic, that when I'm talking about income, the wealth gap, okay, between the rich, i.e., let's say the top 1%, okay, or and the median, the 50%. It's been growing. You know that, right? It has been growing. And it's the widest it has ever been, I don't know, since maybe in the 1920s or the 1910s. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. During the feudal lords or whatever. Yeah. Okay, stuff like that. All right, okay. So by treasuring objects and things, we tend to then place a lesser value in our true nature, in our Buddha nature. Remember, just like the first phrase I talked about, by valuing all these glorifying these athletes or wealth, status, fame, etc. We tend to place lesser value on what's our Buddha nature, our inner virtues are. You get it? So similarly, this is just a further distinction, right? We then place less value in our Buddha nature, in our true self. So this is called an inverted view. Okay, it just literally this means Chinese means. Reversed positions, okay, that's what it means, okay. 倒置, right? That means reverse positions. We now think that precious objects are more valuable, are the most valuable. I don't know what's my true self is. My nature is not valuable. I don't know what that is, okay. So it's inverted. You get it? So that's why Buddha called that inverted, okay. Buddha, this is Buddhism, okay. Buddha would say that's what you call ignorant, okay? Because you don't know what's truly valuable versus what's not valuable or what's false, okay? I.e., objects. Let me ask you, you can be a billion zillionaire, I don't know, Buffett, Gates, etc. Whatever billions they have in the bank vaults or whatever all over the world. When they leave this world, can they take it with them? It's going to be mired in court, in what we've got in probate or whatever that they call it, court, between their descendants. They're all going to haggle over their wealth or whatever, right? So you can't take it with you, right? Okay, anyway, all right. So why? Because all that forms that we value are based on our six senses, okay, which will end up creating more karma and lead us further away from our true nature, right? I'll do anything to get it. Right now, it's something precious now, right? I'm gonna steal if I have to, whatever, right? That's sad, right? I mean, that's down the path of perdition, okay? All right, that's not the path of the Tao, or the path that will lead to a harmonious society, okay? All right, okay. So instead, we should place greater value on our true nature, that's the most valuable. Because why? It's eternal, changeless. Okay, and less attachment on forms. All right, okay? That's the proper direction of cultivation, to cultivate our minds not to become attached to object and form. Okay? So it's not just for the people, but it's also for ourselves, our minds. Okay? So our minds will no longer be like thieves. Thieves, yeah, like thieves. Okay? All right? Okay? All right, so we will not covet things. Right? Covet, right? Covet. The Bible also said that. The Bible was external. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife or something like that, right? Okay, but it just means covet. Oh, thou shalt not steal, right? I mean, that's what, second commandment? No, is it first? Second or third? Something like that, right? Okay, thou shalt not kill, right? Thou shalt not steal, right? Okay, anyway, it's similar idea, okay? All right, so that's what it means. Okay, wow, I'm running out of time. Okay, the last phrase of the first sentence is, do not show the desired things so the people's minds will not be confused. So that's a further drilling down the next level, right? So the first two words, it means to show or display, okay? Literally not to see or meet, okay? Second two words means things that could be desired, okay? Things that are desirable, according to. Last three words means the mind or heart with no confusion, disorder, turmoil, trouble, affliction, vexation, okay, etc. Okay, now this line is different from the second line above, things that are difficult to obtain. Remember, this is a further drilling down, okay? This thing is desirable, right? And just like things here, that objects that are desirable, right? Objects that are difficult to obtain. This is more internal now. This is more internal. It's no longer things necessarily, okay? Okay? But but there are also a lot of things that are, how can I say, that are desirable, but may take a lot of time and effort to accumulate, okay? A certain amount, okay? So it's like saying making money, right? Money is desirable, but it could take time, right, to desire, okay? All right, okay? So, but basically what it means is that we should not, it is better not to show out or display or the desirable things until we have mastered greater control of self. Now, this is just the basic meaning, okay? That's what the line say. So actually, okay, the desires is from this, right? The 6 sense organs, remember, right? They are the greatest cause of our karma. You know that people say, "Oh, how did karma come about?" Well, it's because it's caused. I'm saying caused by what we desire from our 6 senses. I see something I like. Oh, I'm gonna go after it, right? Or whatever. Or I'm gonna see more or something. You know, stuff like that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. And then it's these desires, which is this. That's what it is, okay? Which is from our 6 senses that entice and lure us to want to possess things. Attachment. Not realizing that they are all false, that they don't last, right? The 3 Dharma seals, okay? They don't last. They don't have an innate essence, okay? They don't have any essence. They come and go. They come and go, okay? So all karmas come in existence because of this, okay? Because of our desires. So the deeper meaning is this. In order to have tranquil and unperturbed minds, not people now, minds, we should not follow the desires of our 6 senses, okay? Or 6 consciousness. 6, 6 sense, the 6 sense, the 6 desires, and the 6 consciousness, okay? All right, that's what it means, okay? All right, the deeper meaning. So this way, our minds will be clear and unobstructed, untroubled, without turmoil, not confused by things, objects, and form. Then this way, we can see and realize who our truly valuable thing is, i.e. our Buddha nature. Okay? All right, okay. So that's the first sentence, okay? So it's very broad, he's just going to a little bit more specific, okay? Okay. Next sentence, it's now we're talking about governance, okay? So that's why they say sometimes the title say, thus the governance of a sage, okay? That's a literal translation. So 3rd and 4th word, sage, okay? It means sage, or those who have divinely inspired wisdom. Last word literally means to govern, to control, to manage, or rule, okay? Literally, that's what it means, okay? So the basic meaning of this phrase is the wise rule of it, or the wise rule or management of a sage, okay, in life, or in life by a Tao cultivator, okay? All right? So good results don't just happen. They come about through skillful application of the Tao. That's very important, okay? The deeper meaning of sage is to what? According to Lecture Liu, it's this. It's our own Buddha nature. So if we remember, if I say if we are able to do this, right, then you are a sage. You are a sage, because you understood. We understood that there is something that's truly worthy, that's formless, nameless, right? That's very valuable, desirable. You can say, that's precious, rare, right? And that's desirable, and that's our true nature. If you could see that, realize that, then you are a sage. Okay, you get it? Then you are, where's the sage? Okay, then you are a sage right here. Okay? All right? Okay. And why? Because then if you could see or realize our Buddha nature and not have those troubled mind based on our, 6 consciousness, etc., then it'll manifest our great divine wisdom. Okay? All right? Which is innate with our Buddha nature, okay? That's an innate quality, okay? So by letting go of all attachments, we'll be able to let on be guided by our true nature, i.e. Buddha nature, okay? So just like in the previous class, okay, topic, we need to learn the innate traits. Remember I talked about innate traits of our true nature, Buddha nature? One of them is called the 4 immeasurable minds, okay? So here it is, okay? All right, here it is, okay? So you guys can, look it up, all right? Okay, understand what that is, okay? Loving kind. We have a topic. We did a topic. It's it's pretty long, right? It's like 8 pages long outline on going to details on what these are, okay? All right, what these are. I did a class on that last year or something like that. Yeah, all right, on the four immeasurable minds. You guys can go online, look it up, okay, and listen to that topic, okay, all right, okay, more detail, okay, all right, okay. So what we will not esteem so we will not value false forms, okay, then our minds will be calm and tranquil, secure. When our minds are calm and secure or tranquil, then we will no longer contend. There's nothing to vie, to compete for. Get it? Then naturally, we will not, what? Treasure things that are difficult to obtain. Because the most valuable thing to treasure is we already have it. We know we have it. We understood or we realized we have it. So what else is there more valuable than that? Nothing. Get it? First of all, I asked the richest person in the world, or I asked a person, do you value gold, all the gold in the world, or do you value your life? Probably a lot of people say, oh, all the gold in the world. Not realizing that, what good is it if you're dead, right? What good is it, right? Okay, so, all right, so, okay. So lastly, we will not be enticed by the six senses and become confused, get it? Or troubled by them, okay? Thus, by letting our Buddha nature be our master is to be a sage. It's a sage. It's another definition. All right, so by applying the innate traits, i.e., one example is the four immeasurable minds, in our everyday lives is how a sage manages or governs. Get it? Okay? So that's what it means. All right? Okay, now we're going to a little bit more specific now, drilling down how a sage would manage or control, or how, if we are, what? Acting according to our Buddha nature, okay? So therefore we are sage, this is how they would go about, okay? Shi qi xing, yeah. Shi means empty, yeah. Void, it could mean void. Okay, empty their hearts. First word means empty or void. Last word means mind or heart. Basic meaning, okay, is to empty the desirable things troubling our minds. Okay, remember our six senses, consciousness. Okay, the mind or heart is a direct reference to phrase 6, which is, which is phrase 6, which is this phrase right up here. Right here, okay? This phrase, okay? Desirable things. Oh, I'm not even finished. So, I'm not even halfway. Okay, I'm on page 3. All right, okay. All right, so basically, okay, it just means to, okay, so this way, the way to handle this internal trauma is to empty our attachments. That's the way to handle it, okay? It is normal to have desires and wants, but when they go overboard, they become attachments or obsessions. Then that will create problems and cause more karma, okay? Remember, we over-glorify things, right? We over-design, right? Okay. So another meaning is to empty our mind of self-centric conceptions, to be honest and humble, too, or humble and modest, okay? That's a little bit deeper meaning, okay, of that phrase. The deeper understanding is, this is how they do it. How a sage, i.e., how we, if we realize our Buddha nature, we would, what? Let go of all karmic affinities, okay? That's called Wang Yuan Fang Xia, okay? Let go of all karmic affinities, desires, and all that stuff, okay? Then by letting go of all karmic affinities, our mind will be empty of all attachments, okay? Such as the 4 marks, you see up there. The 4 marks is, the first one, ego. Second, personality. So first we think I. So the first mark is the ego, the I. Me is number 1, okay? Me is number 1. The second one is personality. I think my personality is also real, okay? It's also true. It's also the best, whatever, okay? Then 众生 means sentient beings. Then there's me, and then there's you, all others, you, all of you, all of you. Okay, so that's differentiation. And then last word, this thing that I really value, it's my life. It's this life, okay? Not realizing that this life was created before you were born due to karma. Aha, okay? And that whatever we do in this life will then plant the seeds of the future karma. Not realizing that, okay? That it's an unbroken chain or link, i.e. dependent origination, or the 12 nidanas according to Buddhism. Okay, that's a little bit more in detail, and I think we have a separate topic on that. Okay, all right. So the key is we have to let go of all affinities and not let it die. That's what a Buddha. Then we will have returned to the true reality. It's basically our Buddha Tathata. Buddha Tathata. That's Ilu, okay, or Zenru, okay. Okay. Now this is similar to Yan Hui. Anybody know who Yan Hui was? Okay. He was, Confucius' disciple. Okay. All right. He died when he was very young, like 32 or something. 32. Yeah, something like that. Okay. His state of self-restraint and return to oneself, he used this phrase, means 克己复礼. That's a very famous phrase in the Analects. Okay. Very, 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 very famous phrase or meaningful phrase. It literally means to restrain oneself and return or observe proprieties. That's what it literally means. Okay, literal meaning. Actually, it means to what? To do this. That's what it means. To conquer our bad temper habits. To conquer, overcome. You can say overcome, conquer, and to overcome all of our desires, and to eliminate all our thoughts and ideas. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's what Yan Hui is, okay? So that's why he's considered a sage, because he is going according to his Buddha nature. Make sense? Okay? All right, this is Confucianism, okay? So by doing this, we will return to our, okay, Buddha nature. That's what I'm saying, okay? 恢复道理，理就是福性本体, okay? In this case, proprieties means our Buddha nature, okay? So that is our original state. The state of heavenly nature, where the nature and all its phenomena expression are in accordance with each other. Okay? So everything's in accord with our what? Buddha nature, i.e. the principles. You can say the principles, or the truth, or the Tao. You can say that. Okay? All right? So we're no longer what? Driven by just desires, by our six senses, our six senses, six consciousness, six desires. Get it? Okay? All right? No longer driven by that. Okay? The next one is literally 食其腹, right? Fu literally means belly or stomach. But first word literally means real, honest. In this case, it means to enrich. 充实, that means to enrich, to replenish, recharge. You can say recharge. Okay, today. Okay, all right. The last phrase, third word, is a metaphor for basic needs, and literally means belly or stomach. Literally, it means that. It just means it's a metaphor for basic necessities. You have to live, right? One has to survive, right? So they say it's your belly. You have to eat, right? You have to fill your belly, okay? But actually, that's why would an enlightened being, Buddha, they would not say such basic. This is basic common sense, right? For you to survive, you have to eat, right? You have to fill your belly. So why would a enlightened being would say those words? It's kind of redundant, right? Unnecessary, right? Superfluous, right? So what the meaning is, what Lao Tzu is saying, it means our inner qualities or virtues, where moral qualities are healthy, perfect, and noble, virtuous. Get it? Okay, remember this is a further refinement of what he was saying in the first three phrases or the first sentence, okay, of this chapter. All right? So what he meant by belly, to fill your belly, is to what? To have a healthy moral quality. All right, understand? Okay, virtue. Because we all have it, because we just don't know it. Because we, what? Don't allow our Buddha, first we don't realize that we have a Buddha nature or true nature. And yet, that's why we have the four forms, right? The ego, personality, right, etc. We think that's the real one, right? And so we're driven by our six senses. Get it? Okay. So that's not what Lao Tzu is saying. That's the wrong path. Okay. That's not the true you. Okay, or our true self. It's this. Okay. So the basic meaning is the wise rule of sages never loses sight of fundamentals, such as spacing, so people will not be mired. Okay, that's the basic meaning. Okay, if you look at if you just interpret that line. Likewise, in Tao, okay, it is not enough to be immersed in abstract concepts, okay, too academic, too theoretical, too abstract, impractical, etc., okay, no, okay, but we also mind basics such as proprieties, precepts, right, rules and regulations, right, there's taboos, there's things that we should not do, right, okay, all right, but the deeper meaning is this: sages, or we, governed by enriching or replenishing the moral qualities of people. okay, of ourselves. So that's why you are sage. If you are sage, you have recharged or replenished the moral quality, your own moral quality. All right? Okay? So there's 3 parts to enriching the inner qualities of virtues, okay? According to, okay? The first one, most of us would fail at this one, number 1. I would say 99% of us would fail at that. Right? Who's willing to take a loss? Come on. You're not going to, I don't want to be cheated. There's a difference between, cheated, granted, is kind of an extreme. It just means it's a sense of relinquishment, not being overly possessive or not overly be driven by things that I must always gain things. I must always have a surplus, okay? Okay, all right, okay. So this is not easy, okay, 肯吃亏, all right? The second one is real capacity in helping sentient beings. We have to be willing to help others. I remember I said previously, the people who have things, quote unquote, they should be willing to share some of it, right? Okay, that's like to help them. I mean, that's the material way, but there are other ways, okay? But that's an example, okay? And the last one is not to remember things in our minds, or not to literally means not to record it in our brain, okay? It just means attachment, okay? Some people are like that, they'll remember and say, hey, I did you a favor, you owe me, right? You have a, what do you call that? A marker, right? Or IOU, a debt. You owe me an IOU because I did you a favor. So now, right? So now you gotta I scratch your back, so now you gotta scratch my back. Right? Tit for tat, right? That type of thing, right? People always remember those things. Hey, I remember I did you a favor. Don't forget, stuff like that, right? That's not good, okay? That's not good, okay? That we should not do that. You do it because you're willing to help them. Remember the 4 immeasurable minds, relinquishment, to what? Rejoice in the happiness of others, right? In helping others. Okay. Yeah.
Or it could be the opposite, where you remember things that people did bad.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, there are 2 sides. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Also, yeah, because then that's harboring, like a grudge. Okay. Oh, then that I'm going to talk about that resentment later. Okay. Later. Not too far. Okay. Next 2 sections. Okay. So if we are willing to suffer losses and still help us and not record, then we are really nurturing our immense moral integrity. It's called, right here. Yeah, it's the same thing as this. Okay. It's this. Okay. It's Mencius. What Mencius say. Okay. 培养浩然正气. Okay. That's so it's internal. So it's very internal. Okay. So all right. Okay. So that's what the meaning of this. Fill your stomachs. Okay. Yeah. See. So so you're gonna read a lot of translations. You're gonna say, scratch your head. Fill my stomach. What the heck? All right. Okay. It actually means to replenish or enrich our inner virtue. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. The next phrase, segment is called weaken our ambitions, okay? So the first word literally means weak or feeble. That's what it literally means. The last word means ambition, aspiration. It could be a worthy goal or will, okay? You can say will, okay? Which itself can be neutral and positive thing. That's good. A worthy goal, aspiration, right? It's not wrong 100%, okay? Now, if you aspire to say, hey, I want to rob all the banks, then that's wrong, obviously, right? That's obviously. Or I want to, cheat my way so I can win or I can be famous or stuff like that. Then obviously that's not right, okay? But so the basic meaning is to moderate our ambitions for recognition, for these things, for recognition, fame, per se, ego satisfaction. It's different from a desire for this is more like a little bit more abstract type of thing, okay? Not like getting things, possessing things, okay? So this, okay? So we should moderate. That's the basic meaning. Okay? Basic level, okay? Don't be too greedy, okay? In other words, the deeper meaning is this. Actually, we should weaken or moderate the ambitious pursuit of all things in this material world, okay? All things. So that's including external and internal, okay? So that is not, what does that mean? It means this. It means do not pursue the enjoyment or pleasure of material things and not to pursue the stimulation of our 6 senses. right? People love to, hey, I love to eat this ice cream. I gotta have it every day. You know, I'm attached to it. I gotta have it. Or I love pizza. Or you know, anything, okay? Six senses, the pleasure of the senses, okay? So we have to be careful, okay? Because then that's what's going to lead us astray or lead us away from our Buddha nature, from our true nature. Because we're going to allow this to take over, right? Our six senses, right? I love to hear good things. I love to hear praise. You know, I love to hear, you know, whatever. I love, you know, okay? Stuff like that, okay? So we got to be careful. Okay, so if we can moderate or weaken both such pursuits, then we will save a lot of trouble as well as not creating more karma, right? Okay, more karma, okay? So here's what we should bear in mind, okay? So if we've lost things, possessions in this world, we should think like this. We should say, hey, I wasn't born with this, so it doesn't matter. I wasn't born with it, right? So it doesn't matter. Who cares? Okay, let it go. Okay. Now, if we cannot obtain things that there's still things that we want to get, I want to possess, then we can think like this. When I leave this world, I can't take it with me, so it's not worth getting. It's not worth possessing. Okay. So this is kind of like to moderate our desires, okay, or our ambitions, okay, in this case. All right. Okay. All right. So it's very important to inspire our Buddha nature which is, you know, has no beginning, no end, to be our master in everything, and not let our six senses take over, okay, become the master. Because otherwise, the pursuit of our sense will lead to ingrained habits, habitual nature, which will make the cultivation very difficult. It will lead to habits, because you say, oh, that's the way it is. You know, hey, I love steak. You know, I can't survive without steak, you know. It becomes part of your nature. You gotta eat meat. Okay, stuff like that. All right. Okay. So we gotta be careful. Okay. So by not having ambitious pursuit of material things, fame, prestige, we'll save ourselves a lot of trouble and not create more karmic causes. Okay, that's important. Okay. Whew. Last. This is the second. Yeah. Last of the sentence. It literally just means strengthen our bones. So if you read the translation, that's what it means. Literally, that's what it means. Okay, literal meaning of first words means to strengthen. Literal meaning of last words, bones. But another meaning of bones, though, is a metaphor for this. Integrity, strength of character, all right? Something that's not tangible, or, not tangible, it's abstract, okay? So the basic meaning is this. Strengthen the integrity of the people. If you are a sage, right, you're going to rule, govern, okay? People. That's the basic meaning of this phrase, okay? It means, I'm going to strengthen the integrity of people. Moral character, you can say, okay. The deeper meaning of bones is this. It's the Tao character trait, such as the four immeasurable minds, etc. Okay? All right, that's the deeper meaning. So the deeper meaning of this phrase is to this. It's to what? Strengthen or nurture the essence of our true nature to flourish, thrive, and be healthy and strong. Okay? In other words, to be the master, to be overwhelming, to be stronger than our six senses. You can say that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Because it already is. I mean, not I want to say it is, but it's there. Our Buddha nature is so. How can I say? So. Besides being precious and that, it's. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh man, this is okay because the last part is very important. But anyway, okay. I'm sorry. I don't have enough time. Okay, so I'd like to thank the Buddhas and ask for their forgiveness of things I did not say right. Thank you.